Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle video tutorial on Affinity Photo, and in particular the mirror filter and using it with patterns. You can see the design here. I've got a pattern design. What you can do, you can see the design there, you can apply the mirror filter. So filter and go down to distort and mirror. And you can see then, you can see the design. You can create all kinds of unique designs simply by just moving around the origin point, as well as changing the number of mirrors and also the input as well. So I'm just going to run through that right from the start. So I'm just going to go back to the original design. Right, there's the original design. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create a layer. That's the start point for this. So I'm just going to quickly go over here to layers. If you haven't got that, just go to view and studio and layers. I'm going to duplicate it. So layer and duplicate. And I'm going to resize it. Just going to resize it a little bit. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply the mirror filter to that. So filters, distort and mirror. You can see then so you can create all kinds of different designs. But as soon as you've done that, you can see you've got some nice transparency coming into this. And you can also modify the input as well. And you can of course change origin point and you can create some very unique designs. Click apply. So once you've got that, again you can go to the layers and you can go down here to effects. So if you want to, you can quickly add maybe a bevel and emboss. I'm not going to make a crazy one there. Just going to do a bit of tweaking there. You can spend obviously a long time just manipulating the thing. Maybe go for inner. Up to you. Right. Once you've got that, what you can then do is you can rasterize that design. So I'm just going to quickly rasterize it. So I go to a layer and a rasterize, and you'll notice there's a preserve layer effects. Now I don't want that. Click OK. So rasterize, it's all now rasterized. The whole thing is rasterized. And I can remove the background now. So I've got the back gone, you've got the transparency there. And what you can do, of course, now is you can go to filters and distort. And obviously I could do repeat, but I'm not going to do that. So mirror. And then you can move that around. You can change the number of mirrors. You can see you can create even more unique designs simply by moving that around. And you can change the input. However, what you can also do from this design, you can create a selection. You can create a pattern. So layer, new pattern layer from selection. That's the current selection there. That's the mirror design I've created. So I'm just going to create it from that selection. And you can see now you've got the design there. And again, you've got transparent. I'm going to remove the background one. So you can see design, you can move it around. Obviously resize it to a degree. Obviously you don't want to make it too big, otherwise it's just going to, oops, gone too far there. Flies off there. Key thing here is the move tool. With the move tool, what you can then do, you can now go and apply the mirror effect to that. So filters, and again distort and mirror. And you can see design there. Now I don't want that because you can see what happens. It cuts it off, which doesn't look so good. What you can do, while you've got the move tool there, you can select mirror. Now I know it doesn't look particularly very much at this point. It hasn't really changed much. Just flipped a few things around. But what it does do when you do the mirror, it works a lot nicer. You don't get that horrible cut in your image. So filters, distort, and whoops, mirror. And now you can see what happens. You don't get any of these sort of horrible lines that are always through it. And also you can change the number of mirrors. And you can see again, you can just go across this and move it around, change the origin point for the mirror. And also change the input. And also change the output as well. So if you wanted to move that around, you can see it move in there. And of course, once you've created your design, and again, it's got transparency, of course. So with transparency, you can duplicate the layer. So you can always go apply, and then you can go to, well, layer and duplicate. So you can see over here, you've got two pattern layers. Now with the move tool, you can move your origin point for that pattern layer to somewhere else. And you can resize it. I mean, you might not want to do this, but I'm just pointing out you can do that. And of course, what you can do, you can again go to filters and Got a mirror over here, that's set on, yep. So filters, and again distort and mirror. And again, you can see apply the effect, change the number of mirrors, change input, and you can see you can combine that. And you literally can create thousands and thousands of different designs. Of course, you don't want that one, just want that one. You can always go back to this one, select the right one, that's the key thing. You can see you can resize it. You can also shear it and change the angle. And then once you've done that, of course, what you can do, you can go to filters again, distort and mirror. And you can see again, you've got the same thing again. If you want, always make certain. Sometimes the mirror, suddenly you find the mirror is gone. I've noticed that a few times where suddenly it loses the mirror bit. So filters, I wish it was the default was mirror. Default should be mirror personally, but for some weird reason they've set it to be off for the mirror option, which is pity because that's the most useful one. So mirror, and you can see design there again, number of mirrors, increase that, and you can see design there. And you can change input again. And of course, once you've got a design there. So you've got design, you can always rasterize it. You can always go to a layer, and then you can go down to here to rasterize. So it's all rasterized. It's one layer now. You can see over here. I'm just going to remove that layer. It just confuses by having two, and also that one and that one. Just get rid of that. So there's the pattern layer. Well, it's not a pattern layer now. It's a pixel layer because I've rasterized it. But what you can again do, if you want, you can now use that as a selection, or maybe part of it. So if you see a bit you really like, you can go say there, and you can say, I want that to be a layer, a new pattern layer from selection. And again, makes it, you go to the move tool, makes it the mirrors on, so you can see it's nicely there. And again, what you can do, you can apply filters, distort, and mirror again. Okay, change that. Literally thousands of combinations of designs. You can see you can move that around. Again, change the number up there if you want. And again, change input. So you've got a bit of transparency still there if you want to use that. But you literally can just keep changing that and tweak that until you're happy with your design. You think, yes, that's the design I want. Click apply. And that's it. Of course, you can always flatten the whole thing or rasterize it again. And that's it. It's done. There's your pattern design, very quickly and easy, created using the mirror filter along with this wonderful feature for layer and new pattern layer. Hope you found this tutorial of interest. I'm always adding new tutorials about Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, Affinity Publisher, Photoshop, Illustrator, and many other applications, of course. And also, if you've got any comments, please put those. So anything I've done wrong, anything I went too fast, please let me know in the comments. Maybe I can help in the comments and put some back. Also, a dislike or like. Thank you much.